What can kill you, but you are doing it every day? Driving is one of the most dangerous ways to travel. You can do everything right and it still won't matter. Is it worse than airplanes or boats or spaceships? Definitely worse than airplanes. Not many air deaths happen compared to motor vehicle related. Don't know about boats, but I definitely don't know someone who's died in a boat accident other than a family's dad's family friend who got lost at sea and died or something. IDK doesn't seem super common to me. Meanwhile though, 3 people I went to high school with have died in a car. Sitting too much. I need to walk more, but there's nowhere to go. You don't need to go somewhere, just walk towards any direction. That looks nice and just watch the scenery. You will forget you are walking. But seriously, invest in good shoes for walking. I started doing 5 miles every weekday and I tried to get by with a couple cheap pairs or even random Costco finds and they just don't cut it. I ended up with aches and pains. Finally decided to stop being my frugal self and got a legit pair and the aches and pains are gone. And the benefit I get from my morning walks is enormous. Stairs. A shocking number of people die from falling down stairs every year. This happened to a friend of mine a few years back. They came back from the bar and he went upstairs. While she was downstairs cooking them up some noms, she heard a crash and thud and found him with his skull split open / smashed and bleeding everywhere at the bottom of the stairs. Head wounds, bleed like crazy, man. We all helped her move out of her place as quick as she possibly could. It isn't good for anybody to stay in the same domicile your partner just died in a horrible accident in. Yeah, no, she was rough for a while. I think about this sometimes when I'm stupid drunk / high and just instead ask my sober friend to get me the random thing I need from downstairs. I've since moved to a new area from where that accident was, so these friends didn't have to see the blood stain on the floor as we helped her move, so they don't get it all. But they are good friends, so they still take care of me when I ask for help, even if they think it's weird. Stress. This should be at the top. My therapist likes to remind me how horrible stress is for humans, and that it's taking time off my life, which stresses me out. So I'm stressed about stressing too much, which also means I'm stressed about everything else even more, because life is hard. I've resigned myself to dying early as a result, and eating goldfish crackers whenever I feel like it, because it brings me joy. I wish you luck with your stress. I hope you have lots of joy too. I felt this so much. Went to a therapist about my anxiety. She asked me, have you ever considered you have an appropriate amount of anxiety for the amount of stresses in your life? Well, F me. How is that helpful? So here I am, with even more stresses than before. Swimming in anxiety and migraine pain. Thank God I have love and supportive people in my life, or I would be well and truly F-addition. Taking insulin. I'm a type 1 diabetic. Sometimes I run out of insulin before my insurance will cover my next box, so I buy cheap Walmart insulin. Some of this stuff is not safe. It has a small chance to not be absorbed and become highly poisonous. The name of this phenomenon is dead in bed syndrome. Consuming ungodly amounts of caffeine daily. Drinking. Cooking after DRINKING*. Fire is no joke. I second this. Years ago after a bar crawl I decided to oven some fish sticks, pulled them out of the oven, and while I was awkwardly spatulaing them from the cookie sheet I began to smell bacon. Turns out I was cooking myself on the 400 egg point F cookie sheet, and I was too drunk to realize it, before smelling myself sizzle. Lawn pig. Showering. The bathtub and floor can be very slippery. Tons of people fall and kill themselves by hitting their heads really hard. I have a friend who fell in the shower and knocked himself out. His body blocked the drain and he ended up basically drowning in the tub. I'm not sure he would have lived if not for the drowning though. I guess it was a pretty bad head injury anyway. Crazy stuff. He was in his late 30s. I keep the last message he wrote me and read it occasionally and feel guilty for not responding. We'd had a falling out over somebody stupid and the last thing he said to me was basically extending the olive branch, but I was too stubborn to reach back. Driving. I drive for a living and I cannot believe the stupid effing sh people will do on a freeway. It's insane and honestly it's almost killed my sympathy for people who get into car accidents cause I can't help but wonder if the person involved was doing something dumb. The only thing that lets me hang on to it is knowing that, even if that were true, there could have been other people driving safely that were hurt as well. Stop driving like effing idiots, people. It's not just your life you're putting in danger. As someone who just got their license and does not have a lot of experience, I can't help but feel like I'll make dumb mistakes and put myself and other people in danger. It's a big anxiety for me. I know with practice I'll get better. That doesn't make it less scary to drive with little experience and potentially do something stupid. At least you care about learning how to drive well. Yes, you'll screw up as you learn, but you actually want to get better. Most people who create dangerous situations clearly just don't care whether they are putting themselves or other people at risk. That's what's so frustrating to people who drive professionally. It's a willful and reckless disregard for safety in favor of, what? Getting somewhere 30 seconds faster than the GPS predicts. Taking out aggression. I still don't know. Being a nurse. God, how I wish I was joking. You same here. Side note, whenever I hear nursing reps on the news asked about how are you holding up, and they respond with some variation on we are continuing to do our job and we aren't burnt out yet but it's coming, and that we are optimistic. F that. We are beyond burnt out. We are quitting our jobs. We are effing livid this is still going on, and that so many young people are jammed into our IQs and IMCs where they may die. Like, tell it how it is. The public should know. The staff at hospitals are not a limitless well of hope and hard work. We are normal people and we are angry at our patients for being so anti-vax when they come in, having a change of heart, and leaving. Ugh, it's just forking much. Forcefully surviving my mental health. Like, I've been so burned out. I have autism, so I tend to bottle up emotions and work 40+ hours a week while 9k in debt, with 3 collectors after me, all while still going to school, while my grandpa is close to death. Drinking Red Bull. I used to avoid Red Bull and other energy drinks because they gave me anxiety, but now I'm getting into the habit of drinking them anyway at work to keep me going. I always crash really hard afterward, and it sucks for my anxiety, but I love the taste and the fact that it doesn't make me feel like I'm gonna poop my pants how coffee does. It's a real love/hate relationship, and that's not even factoring in how hard it is on your body. Give it time. My husband used to be fine with energy drinks, and out of nowhere they started making him almost actually shiz pants. He's a mail carrier, and for a stint was going to an office an hour away to help out. He would pick up an energy drink on the way and kept having near-miss emergencies. He blamed my cooking, was asking me to take extra precautions with cleanliness and such. I actually figured it out, not him. Insult my cooking, will ya? 6. I can't let them go. You can. I kicked after numerous tries. The patch helped. You can get used to life without it. It's difficult. Can't sugarcoat it for you. I loved smoking. Like trying different brands and tobaccos like a true aficionado. 9 years last month no cigs. You don't realize how bad it is for you until after you quit. You save good money also.